Real life science.
Katie, take it away.
So we had an amazing article by the New York Times this week, The Silent Pulse of the Universe. I changed astronomy forever, but he won the Nobel Prize for it. And this is by Jocelyn, this is about rather, Jocelyn Bell Burnell. Jocelyn Bell Burnell from Northern Ireland, born a Quaker. And in the 1940s, she was told that she wasn't supposed to go to science class with the boys, but rather she was sent to domestic sciences, i.e. cooking and homemaking, with all of the girls. But being a Quaker, as she stated in the video, they believe that there is a part of God in every person, and so that everyone should be entitled to go and study what they want to study, quite rightly. So they were able to get her into the science class along with two other girls. And she continued her education showing an aptitude and love for all things science. Fred Hoyle, the author of Frontiers in Astronomy, was one of her childhood heroes and inspirations in her wanting to be a radio astronomer. She continued in this manner and was eventually accepted into Cambridge University, where she worked under Tony Hewish on his project to build a radio telescope array. Crazy looking thing as well. It's like a field full of cables on like grids and stuff. Amazing to see in the video. He proposed the project and dozens of people chipped in to build it and arrange it. But then after its completion, she monitored it solo all day, every day while he lectured. The purpose of the array was specifically to gather information on quasars, and she found very odd signals that later turned out to be the discovery of a pulsar. She reported it to Tony, who said it was just interference, but she didn't agree. The next time she got this pulse, she set up the recordings to go faster on her own and gathered the detailed information, proving that it was not interference. After proving that it wasn't interference, she reported her findings in detail to Tony Hewish, who then took this data to Martin RYLE, the head of the department, and they set up a whole new study and published their findings, completely minimizing her work in discovering the pulsar. Interestingly, later, when Tony received a Nobel Prize for it, her childhood role model, Fred Hoyle, spoke up to say that it was wrong and that she was not credited with the discovery. At the time, she was minimized and demeaned, with Tony interviewed about the science and reporters asking her what her measurements were and if she was single and if she could undo her top buttons for a good photograph. Now she is widely respected in the field and applauded in academic circles as the discoverer of the pulsar. Of the pulsar. She even won a prestigious award, the Breakthrough Prize, which among astrophysicists is sort of thought of much like the Oscars. And along with this, she won an award of $3 million for her Institute Physics department to aid in the PhD program to provide research grants for minorities. And she continues to educate and inspire to this day as a professor of astrophysics at the University of Oxford and as a fellow of Mansfield College.
Absolutely.
So it's sad that, that there was a time where women were not respected in these fields. And watching the video as well, it's amazing when she recounts some of the treatment she received, especially in the university, where she was the only woman in a class of 50 men. It's really, really, really sad that these things have occurred in the past.
Huge salute to Ben Proudfoot for making this amazing documentary, The Silent Pulse of the Universe. The hugest of all salutes to Jocelyn Bell Burnell for being an amazing astrophysicist and an inspiration to not only girls, but to just humans to be excellent in their field. She was so gracious. She actually wrote a letter when people asked about it, and she's like, well, no, I understand this is the way of things. It's okay. He got the award, this and that and the other, and I'm not bitter about it. It's okay. I just want to continue to do good work and whatever, and I appreciate you acknowledging that, I was the one that found the details. Like, just, there are so many stories through history of, the computers. Like, there was literally a staff of women that did the maths for the Harvard astronomical whatever group. They called them computers. Like, literally, they called it, that was a thing that, like, they didn't have computers yet. They called the people who did it. They didn't even bother to name them. They just called them, the women that did it, the computers. If you go see the movie Hidden Figures, there's an amazing thing of a bunch of women of color who, you know, did high-level maths for NASA, for these amazing, you know, projects or whatever. And so many people of this minority or that or whatever that have been minimized and sort of put to the side, but have just done amazing work in all of these fields, and we don't know their names, and that is a tragedy. You should know the name Jocelyn Bell Burnell. You should go watch the video. It is an amazing and inspiring. This is an amazing woman. This is not a victim. This is not a whatever. This is a success story. This is a person who overcame and just every step of the way said, oh, it's not fair. It's slanted against me. Okay, I'm going to still succeed. Screw you. So just all the love in the world and respect to Jocelyn Bell Burnell, and amazing documentary by Ben Proudfoot. So yeah, great story, Katie.